Good morning, and thank you for joining us for this special Weather Day edition of Wake Up West Texas. Let's start our morning by finding out how conditions are outside right now with our meteorologist, Sawyer McElroy. Sawyer, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Jacob. Happy Saturday morning. You know, this is new for
It's
both
rare.
of us and really all of the Wake Up West Texas and First Alert 17. But let's get to the weather this morning. So here's a live look at radar as we do start off our Saturday. It is a rather quiet start to our day. However, as you can see from radar, we still do have a few areas of snow and that wintry mix as well across portions of southeast New Mexico. Still hanging on, like I mentioned, to a few areas of snow, especially across the Permian Basin this morning. As we head through today, we are not yet done. We are kind of in a little bit of a lull, but we do have another round of precipitation expected as we continue through today with that snow, that wintry mix, and even some rain possible for southern portions of the region. And like I mentioned, as we continue through today, we are going to see another round as we head into our Sunday, though. We are looking to see just mostly some snow across the Permian Basin and really much of the region with those very, very cold temperatures. I do want to go back really quick this morning and go back to our temperatures and wind chill values because it is very, very cold this morning. So give me 1 second to get there. So here's a live look outside over the skies of Odessa. This is our only iCam that is actively working because every other iCam is frozen over this morning because of that freezing rain that we saw yesterday. But as you can see, there's a little bit of sheen on Grandview there looking down towards that road. Roads weren't too icy coming in, but still take your time as you are on the roads, especially around those curves and corners and especially on bridges and overpasses as well. Like I mentioned, very, very cold this morning. So if you are going to be spending an extended period of time outside, make sure to bundle up because those temperatures ranging from the low teens to even the 50s across southern portions of the region, but sitting at a warm 15 currently in Midland, 16 here in Odessa, with those winds anywhere from about 5 to 15 miles per hour. And that is making for wind chill values across the region anywhere from 4 below for that feels like temperature in Big Spring, a whopping 0 in Midland and Andrews for that wind chill value, to of course feeling like those 50s the further south you head, especially along the border this morning. Going back to our weather alerts this morning, we do have a couple of weather alerts still as we do start off our Saturday. We do have that winter storm warning that is actively in effect coming up through 11 a.m. Mountain Time, noon tomorrow, for a very good portion of West Texas and southeast New Mexico. And this is for generally 1 to 3 inches of snow and up to 6 inches of snow possible in the Guadalupe Mountains, and generally a 1/4 to 1/2 inch of ice. So of course expect those slick roads, power outages, and possibly tree damage as well. Then extreme cold warning in effect now coming up through 11 a.m. Mountain Time, noon Central Time Monday for those areas in blue for dangerously cold wind chill values expected. So even though that precipitation should be done coming up by tomorrow afternoon, we are going to see those wind chill values anywhere between 0 and 4 below across portions of the region. And also a cold weather advisory in effect through 11 a.m. Mountain Time, noon Central Time on Monday for those areas highlighted in that light blue for very cold wind chills expected as well, with wind chill values between 0 and 3 degrees above freezing. So going to be cold in those spots as well, but not as cold as the other portions of the region. Like I mentioned, though, we are seeing a little bit of a lull in our precipitation, but still those roads are a little bit icy as we do start off our Saturday morning.
All right, Sawyer, thank you. We do have team coverage this morning with reporters out all across the West Texas area to bring you the latest on winter weather conditions in all those different spots. Let's go to our first spot. That is in Odessa, where First Alert 7's Lauren Munt is out in our very own parking lot. Lauren, how are things there right now?
Well, Jacob, I don't think we can say it enough this morning. Things are icy. In fact, I don't know if you guys can see the road beneath my feet. It is just straight up ice underneath here. You have to walk very slowly to be walking around. This entire parking lot, in fact, covered in ice. And that's just going to be the case all across West Texas this morning. We are going to see absolutely nothing but icy road conditions. In fact, at our last check, which was about, I want to say 20 minutes ago, our check of the road temperatures was at about 20 degrees. That is freezing, especially for us West Texans who are not used to this. I, in fact, am not used to this at all and am freezing cold out here, just as I imagine everyone else across West Texas is. Stay bundled up, stay inside. Do not get on these roads unless you absolutely have to. It is incredibly dangerous to be driving right now. Tons of ice. I cannot stress it enough. And we're going to say it a million times throughout this entire broadcast. There is a ton of ice on the roads. everywhere. You saw that parking lot. It literally looks like an ice skating rink. I cannot walk anywhere. I will fall, which is why I'm not going to walk on TV, because I do not want to fall on TV. But I can tell you guys, walking around this parking lot now, we are slipping and sliding all over the place. Don't go outside unless you absolutely have to. Stay inside. Stay warm. Keep layered up, everything that you can if you do have to go outside, and avoid those roads. We've already seen several accidents this morning. I know that we had someone driving in this morning and saw 3 accidents already. That was only at midnight, so be sure that you are staying off the roads. Don't get in an accident. Just stay inside. Jacob, I'm going to go ahead and send it back to you in studio so that I can get inside and be warm. Jacob.
All right, thank you, Lauren. We're going to be hearing that a lot this morning. It's back to you guys there inside in the warmth. We do appreciate our team being out there in these conditions.
Yes.
Let's go up north to Andrews now, where First Alert 7 Sierra Burnett and Rachel Fortunato spent the night. Sierra is our reporter there this morning.
We continue our team coverage live in Andrews with Sierra Burnett and Rachel Fortunato. They're braving the cold conditions. Guys, what are you seeing there this morning?
Yeah, good morning, Jacob and Sawyer. So right now there isn't any snow, sleet, or rain actively falling, but as you can possibly see behind me, that it really got on the roads last night. I would say that the sleet began to fall around 6 o'clock, and it continued kind of all throughout the night, even when we were out here at 10 o'clock. There is snow out here now, so I would say that the roads are a lot more icier on top of the sleet than they were last night. It's completely filled. The roads, as you can see, that nobody is out here right now. But if you go back to yesterday, there were tons of people outside going to grocery stores, going to get gas, going to get anything that they could possibly can before the storm hit. They were getting bread, milk, and eggs, as we know back at home in Odessa, that's what a lot of people were out there searching for. But now there's nobody here. The streets are completely quiet, and we kind of expect it to stay like this as the snow begins to fall, as more sleet begins to fall. When I looked on the weather app this morning, you guys, it said that it was 15 degrees, but it feels like 3. So the wind chills are really making a difference over here in Andrews. Like I said, nobody is out here right now. It's still very early this morning, and it is really cold. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Sierra, thank you. That's a good sign that people aren't out on the roads this morning. I mean,
Very
that's
good.
what we're telling people.
I don't think we passed anybody on our drive-in. Thank you to Jacob Brandenburg for picking me up this morning. My car was iced over. Trust me, I can drive in ice and snow, but it was iced over, so couldn't really go anywhere.
No problem. Glad to do it. And yeah, the good news is in those kind of like really roads that are used most often, 338, Grandview, I noticed, there are kind of spots where other cars have been driving,
Yes.
have kind of worn down that ice, so that's good.
Yes.
Speaking of travel, let's go out to Interstate 20 in Big Spring. Jensen Young and Wyatt Nunn spent the evening out there. Jensen, you're joining us live right now this morning. What are you seeing out in Big Spring?